Kung ito pala, may babalikan tayo. Ating babalikan si Prof. Roylan Calilung.
Good morning, Prof.
Good morning po.
Prof,
Yes,
can you hear us?
good morning.
Okay,
Good
Prof.
morning po sa lahat.
Alright, Prof. Roylan, rise and shine. We want to know po, what are your thoughts on the fourth State of the Nation address of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.?
Well, I think it's it's very clear and at the same time simply done, direct to the point, straightforward at yung mensahe, no, I think resonated well with the public in a language that is easy for them to understand. Walang masyadong pompous numbers, walang masyadong highfalutin words na ginamit. Just simple language, as if he is directly talking to an ordinary Filipino. And I think yun yung kagandahan nitong SONA, no? And sa panimula, may pagbanggit ang ating Pangulo regarding what he perceived was a shortcoming of the government, the perception of the general public regarding what he believes is medyo nagkaroon ng mga kakulangan sa gobyerno. So may admission, no? And I think that symbolizes humility on his part. But at the same time, he also tried to second it with well-meaning reforms, and some of the accomplishments from the previous year, particularly doon sa ating economy. Maganda yung numero, particularly doon sa mas mababa at mas manageable na inflation rate natin, which is right now at 1.3%. And I think maganda rin yung mga binanggit niya, no, na mga balak niyang gawin moving forward, particularly in the areas of disaster resilience, ganun din sa transportation, health, education, infrastructure, connectivity. I think these are all well-meaning programs, but we do hope sana, no, na yung mga nakaraang SONA niya, sana merong follow through, no, as to what among these promises were already fulfilled. Alin dito yung nasa implementation phase pa lang, alin dito yung naisakatuparan na, so that may proper guidance ang publiko, no, regarding what to expect in the forthcoming SONAs of the President.
Ayun. Prof. Roy, si Leslie po ito. Sa tingin po ba, ano po yung pinakatumatak po doon sa mga sinabi po ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos?
I think yung anti-corruption stance siya ngayon, particularly with number one, with the flood control projects. Alam naman natin, I think dito makikita natin that the president is not detached from the day-to-day hardships of the people, especially ngayon na nandito tayo sa ganitong panahon. I think it's good that the president also pointed out that what he believes is a result of massive and orchestrated corruption, especially dito sa mga high-ranking officials ng gobyerno. And I think this is good because we are, invested billions and billions of money for flood control only to realize later on that all of this is a failure at this point. So I think maganda yun, that he is risking, his political capital and his allies, mainly. Kasi maaring doon sa mismong bulwagan na yun, maaring nandoon yung ilan sa mga sangkot dito, pero wala siyang pakialam, and I think this is good, and sana nga mapanagot, sana magkaroon ng mas masusi at mas malalim na investigasyon which will be laid down transparently to the public, so that we will create better context of accountability. Because this is really important na malaman natin ano ba't punot dulo nito. Bakit, despite and in spite of the billions of pesos spent for this, we are still mired in the same problem, that is perennial. Every year naman ganito yung nangyayari. Pero maganda na matutukan talaga niya ito ngayon. And then another thing siguro yung sa budget, I think he really wants to instill fiscal discipline, and this is something also that he learned from last year's budget na talagang medyo nagkaroon ng mga issues and problems. Right now, he really wants to be on top of the situation. He really wants to execute it well. It has to be aligned with the National Expenditure Program. Wala siyang pakialam, kahit na anong insertions ang ilalagay diyan, basta yung gusto kong budget yun ang masusunod. I think this is also an anti-corrupt stance of the president, which I think is also good, very good actually.
Yung para sa inyo kompleto yung naging talumpati ng Pangulo, o para po sa inyo merong mga dapat pang na-discuss ang ating Pangulo dun sa kanyang fourth SONA?
Well, walang masyado kong nabanggit. Wala masyado siyang nabanggit with regards to digital connectivity. That's one. Medyo nakulangan tayo ron. Sa digital divide, medyo kulang din tayo patungkol dun sa OFWs. No? I think enough attention should have been given to the OFWs because they are our primary, revenue generators. And yeah, a lot of things actually could have been could have been included siguro. Yung sa youth, medyo kinulang din ang ilang usapin tungkol sa kabataan, pero syempre hindi natin maikakaila that the president is doing this on a limited time, and so maaaring may mga na miss out, mga nakaligtaan, including yung inaabangan natin na prohibition or ban on illegal gambling, online gambling, was not mentioned also by the president.
Pero sabi ni tama yung sinabi ni Professor, yung follow-through.
Yun.
Kasi after the speech, ano-ano yung mga kailangang hakbang na gawin para maramdaman talaga yung mga serbisyo ng gobyerno na nabanggit ng ating Pangulo.
Yung talagang ramdam ng sikmura ng mga Pilipino, yung talagang tinouch ng ating Pangulo. On that note,
Ayan na. Maraming salamat po sa pagpapaunlak niyo po sa amin at pagbabahagi sa araw na ito. Political analyst na si Prof. Froilan.
Thank you so much.
Thank you po.
God bless po.